Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be interviewing a good friend of mine from the Bay Area. She is a karaoke host and an awesome lady to boot. Her name is Amanda Garcia-White, and I've known her for a couple of years now, and she's very funny, very quirky, very inappropriate when she wants to be, and she is just super awesome. And I'm going to have her on the show tonight, and I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't talked to her in about a year now, since I left the Bay Area, and I'm hoping it's going to be a pretty good show. So, yeah, I'm going to be interviewing Amanda Garcia-White when she calls me in just a few moments. Also, I want to remind everybody, this weekend I will be press at Fandemic Comic-Con in Sacramento. Check it out if you're in the Sacramento area. Robert Englund's going to be there, Bruce Campbell, Scott Wilson, Holly Marie Combs, John Schneider, Michael Rooker, all these great Comic-Con people. So check it out. It's going to be pretty cool. Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger is going to be there. Can't wait. I hope I get to interview him. So I'm waiting for my call from Amanda Garcia-White. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I am super fantastic.
Oh, me too, now that you've called.
So are we recording?
Yes, we sure are.
Yay. What's the name of your podcast?
Splat from the Past.
Blast from the Past.
Yeah.
What's your podcast about? I have not asked you about this.
Well, it started off as horror and sci-fi. I interview, horror and sci-fi movie actors from the 80s. And then it started to expand. Once I started running out of horror and sci-fi guests, I started getting just 80s movie guests in general. And then it moved to comedians, both famous and from the Bay Area. And then friends from the Bay Area, and then just any kind of cult figures in general that I have respect for that I'm able to get on the show.
Like a karaoke host?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm a karaoke host. I guess I fit the requirement.
Yes, you're the first one I've had, actually. And
hey.
Earlier today I had Rebecca Weinecker on the show, and she says hi.
I know her. I used to work with her, bartending.
Yep, she's told me about it. She's a good friend of mine, and we spent about an hour telling racy sex stories on the show.
Awesome. I hope she didn't have any stories about me, though, right?
No, we didn't even talk about you.
Okay, good. I was going to say, I don't think she has any racy sex stories about me.
No, but if you have any later that you want to tell, go right ahead.
No, I'm good with the sexy stories. I used to have a sex talk show or podcast.
Yeah.
But it has changed. The name is still the same. It's Afternoon Delight, and it's on Mutiny Radio every Thursday from 3 to 6. And it's more of a platform for people to promote whatever it is they have to promote. Being if they're a musician, a comic, an artist. My Lyft driver came on once. He was Stan, the driver extraordinaire. My friends have, a open invitation to come on the show every week. Just show up.
Oh, that's great. Why did it change, though?
I'm from Oklahoma, and I realize that I'm very, very open-minded. But I'm kind of conservative about what I am willing to say when it's being recorded. Mm-hmm. And I did not feel comfortable talking about my sex life and it being recorded. I was really good about getting other people to talk about it, which I didn't mind. But I didn't want to talk about it my stuff. So.
Well, I do have a mild story to tell later on, but first I want to get into you grew up in Oklahoma, right?
Correct. I was born in Kansas, grew up in Oklahoma.
Nice. Did you always love music growing up?
I did. my parents always, they had albums. My stepdad worked at an album store or record store when he was a teenager, and my mom had albums and, vinyl, and I ended up inheriting them, and I used to listen to them all the time. So, and I actually thank my parents for giving me such a wide variety of music to listen to and to appreciate.
Nice, nice. How old were you when you started singing karaoke?
Oh, the first time I ever sang karaoke in public, or actually the first time I ever sang karaoke, was when I was 17, and I was at the Oklahoma State Fair with my parents and my 20-year-old boyfriend, and there is what we call the drunk tent. It's a bar that has a tent there that has karaoke.
Right.
And my parents bribed me to get up there, and I turned in the song Me and Bobby McGee by Janis Joplin. But they did not have that song, or that version. They had Chris Christopherson version. And I got up on stage, and I was so nervous. And then the song wasn't right. And my parents had it recorded on like a VHS tape. They paid extra for it.
Yeah.
I was so scared. I should have probably never sang karaoke again. But I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing.
I bet. I was 23. I started singing at home. We had a karaoke channel on my on-demand box. That's how I first started. And then in 2007, when I started hanging out at Swinging Door before I started working there, I started singing karaoke there. And I got hooked on it right away. And I remember it was the night before what had been my Nana's birthday. And I sang a song as a tribute to her at midnight. I sang the Beatles' Let It Be.
Aw.
Yeah.
So the two songs, it's actually one song. So I drove the first time my parents heard me actually sing karaoke, like as an adult, and it was at a bar. The year I touched myself by the vinyl.
Awesome.
And they had quit smoking like 5 years before. I'm going to tell you, my parents started smoking again after that.
Why?
Drove my parents back to smoking. But when the lead singer of the Vinyls died a couple of years ago, my mother called me and said, Amanda, please sing I Touch Myself for me tonight, because she passed away, and that's, I remember you singing that song, and I'm like, okay. So I had to go to my show and then say, this song is for my mom. And then it was I Touch Myself by the Vinyls.
Oh, that is awesome.
People just kind of looked at me really weird.
I bet. Oh, my God.
I met you through karaoke also.
Yes, I met you almost 3 years ago.
At the Lariat, correct?
Villaroma.
Oh, Villaroma, okay.
Yes.
It wasn't there very long.
Yeah, not very long. But I had heard about you for a couple of years before that because I was a bouncer at the Standby, and you were there for a brief time.
No, I never worked at Standby. I did come in there every once in a while to sing, though.
Okay, maybe I
never worked there.
Okay, maybe I heard about you as a singer because I used to hear this girl Amanda singing karaoke or something like that. Yeah.
Amanda rocks.
Amanda rocks, yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you move to the Bay Area?
It'll be 6 years in September.
Wow.
And I'm staying. I like it.
September 2012. That's actually when I started working at the Standby. I was there.
Well, I did. Are you sure? It might not have been the same Amanda that you heard about, because I just moved here, and I didn't really get into the karaoke game until probably about 6 months, or at least a year after I moved here, when I got all my own equipment and started running it for myself.
Yeah, it could have been a different Amanda that was hosting or something. I don't know. It was. I just remember hearing about an Amanda there that I had never met. I have no idea. But I was there until March of 2014. And
okay. Well, I still go in there to see Roger Niner.
Yeah, the last time I was in town back in April, I wanted to go see him, but he had the night off, and I was like, damn it, because I hadn't been there since I had been fired in '86 temporarily 4 years ago, so I was pretty upset. But did you know right away, though, that you were going to host karaoke when you got there?
When I came to California?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I worked for someone else when I was in Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked for him for 2 years. And when I moved here, I did not have all the equipment yet, but I had my music, which is like the biggest part of having the karaoke is having the music. And I started with that. I had my hard drive with all my music, and then I was able to get the guy I came out here with to set me up with all my own equipment, and so I started working, and now I have my own business doing that.
Nice. What would you say are your best karaoke songs that you sing?
My go-to song is from my favorite band of all time, which is saying a lot for karaoke hosts. The favorite band of all time is Violent Femmes, and the song is Add It Up.
I'm a little familiar with Violent Femmes, not too much.
Well, they're my favorite band.
Are they English?
Yeah, I don't think so. They can rock out a xylophone, though.
Nice.
And then, so, I mean, but, you know, my favorite songs to sing, it just depends on, you know, my mood or what's going on in my life. Last few months have been, I've been really digging the breakup songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because boys suck.
Yep, they sure do.
You excluded. Sorry, but boys suck.
Oh, thank you. So, you love horror movies as much as I do, right?
I do. I love horror movies, and I like bad horror movies too. I mean, I like the good ones, but I like the cheesy B movies with a horrible budget.
Yep.
It just looks like they're taking a bucket of blood and just throwing it on people, you know.
Yep.
And where the plot makes no sense at all. But my favorite movies end with everyone dying.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
What's your favorite horror movie that's been out that you've seen lately?
I haven't seen a whole lot this year and stuff. Last couple of years, there's this one that's on Netflix called Beyond the Gates.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Is it about a cult leader?
No, it's about a VHS board game. It's like supernaturally possessed.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it came out 2 years ago. Yeah, check it out. It is a hidden gem of a movie. It's got Barbara Crampton. She's like the host of the VHS board game and stuff. I was actually with her at the Alamo Drafthouse in San Francisco the night it premiered, and I hung out with her at the bar and went to go see it. It was friggin' awesome, I'll tell you.
Well, what's your favorite movie trilogy, horror movie-wise?
Is there a trilogy? Because they all go up to like 10 in sequels.
Well, one of my favorite, well, I'm going to say movie, but it's a trilogy. There's 3 of them. It's called Feast. And then Feast,
Beef?
Sloppy Seconds. And then Feast 3 is Happy Endings or something, or I'm not sure. But have you ever heard of it?
No, are those recent ones?
No, they've been out for a few years. But do you remember a TV show that was on Bravo called The Green Light Project with Matt Damon and
Ben Affleck?
Right? Ben Affleck, right.
Yep.
So they took scripts from directors and they would make a movie, and then they had a TV show about it, and then the movie would come out. Well, Feast was the only horror movie that show did.
Wow.
And then once that movie was made, the director came and made a 2 and a 3. And I think they probably filmed 2 and 3 at the same time and just split it up.
Oh my God. My mom told me to submit a script to Project Greenlight, and they had just ended, and I wish she had told me that at least a year or 2 before, and then I could have done that. I'm so fucking pissed about that, because the movie business has changed now, and all these like reality shows have changed now, you know, about getting things greenlit. It's so much harder now.
Right.
Yeah. But like overall, what are your favorite horror movies?
Zombie movies are my favorite movies. Anything zombie, and for me, I love zombie movies that don't have like the normal, like rising out of the dead. I mean, of course I love George Romero's,
Oh, fuck yeah.
his movies.
Yeah.
The Day of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, all of the Dead movies. But those are, they all come with the same, they all, once you die, you come back to life, you get bitten, things like that.
Right.
I like the ones that do a twist on them. Also, that like maybe they're kind of came back to life. They're talking, or I don't know. There's a British TV series out. You can find it on Amazon called In the Flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And the zombies are given medication and kind of brought back to life or back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that, where it's a twist on it. It's not just, jump and scare and, shoot them in the head. My favorite zombie movie, though, of all time is probably Fido. And it's kind of like a boy and his pet zombie kind of movie.
A pet zombie.
It has this guy has an Oscar. Can't think of it. William H. Macy's in it.
Oh, yeah.
And the chick that plays, that's in Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Neo's love interest, Carrie something or other. She's in it. It's a really good movie. If you ever get a chance to watch Fido, you should.
Wow. Fido.
it's like Leave It to Beaverish.
Oh my God.
With zombies.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, my favorite.
Even my children watch it.
Yeah, my favorites. Dawn of the Dead, 1978 is my favorite zombie movie of all time.
Okay.
Such a great movie.
Of course.
My favorite slasher movie of all time is the first Friday the 13th, 1980. And I also love Creepshow, Chopping Mall, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Like so many.
Is 3 the one that had the song from Dramarama, anything where she's in the garage doing kung fu? Or is that 4?
That's 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, those are awesome.
I love the horror movies. Have you ever? The really bad movies. Have you heard trauma movies?
Oh, of course, I love them.
Okay, so my favorite one from Trauma is Poultrygeist.
Poultrygeist.
Poultrygeist, and it's actually a musical.
Oh my God.
And it's they built it's almost like a KFC, but it's like General's Chicken, and they built it on an Indian burial ground,
mm-hmm.
and people turn into these chicken zombies.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, and it's horrible, and the songs though are horrible, but I love it. It's great.
Poultrygeist. Yeah. I'm gonna check that one out.
Poultrygeist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I love the Toxic Avenger.
There should be a Poultrygeist too. You should make those songs for karaoke, and they don't.
Yeah. I should check that one out. Yeah, because I love the Toxic Avenger movies.
Oh yeah.
And have you ever gone to horror conventions?
I have not.
You should. They're a lot of fun.
I would love to do lots of things, but I'm so busy. Like, it's hard for me to get to do stuff. I mean, besides being a karaoke host, and besides having a podcast, mm-hmm. I also am now the newest member of the board of directors of Pacific Coast Television.
Nice.
Which is the local cable channel in Pacifica. And I just approved like $20,000 for new equipment, so they're starting 8 internet radio stations also to go along with the cable channel. And I will have the flagship show. I'll be the very first one.
Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get my own cable access late night horror show, and it's really hard to over here because they're all a bunch of, conservative Bible Belt Christians over here in Reading. But I don't know. My life is so unpredictable. I'm trying to move to Los Angeles, but who knows? I may end up in the Bay again. I don't know, but it's definitely on my list because I want to be a late night horror show host.
That would be awesome. So what they do at Pacific Coast Television is you can take classes, all 5 classes that you have to take. Total cost is $80, and then you have to pay $20 for an annual membership. So it's a total of $100 to start. Take these classes, and then you can check out the cameras and their studio. So it's not like renting it because you're not spending any money on it, but you're just check out the equipment. And once you have your, footage shot, you can edit it on their equipment, or you can pay them a small fee to edit it for you, and then you can turn it into them and see if it meets all the FCC requirements, and they will play it on Pacific Coast Television.
Nice.
Or you can just do what you want with it. Take that footage wherever.
Wow, that sounds very adventurous for a TV station.
Well, no, it's a community. It's a station. People don't realize that they can do that. I'm like, why? You say you want to be on TV. Why don't you? It does it $100. You can be making your own TV shows. I'm signed up to take classes and having a few of my friends do it with me because I can't make a show by myself. You have to have 4 or 5 friends that have taken the classes and are in the know in order to make a show.
Yep.
And especially if you want to be in front of the camera. And although I don't want to be in front of the camera, I want to be behind the camera directing. But so I've got my friends to take these classes with me, and I've said, you help me by running the equipment, and then I will help you run the equipment for whatever show you want. So we're all going to make our own TV shows.
Wow, that's cool.
Right?
Yep.
If you want to be on TV, be on TV.
Yep.
And, I'm also an artist now.
Yeah. What happened?
I'm also an artist now.
You paint?
Yes.
Nice.
If you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have said, I'm not an artist. I'm a MacGyver. I'm an artist now. So I went through this horrible breakup, and I realized I moved into the one bedroom that I had not painted in the house. Like, I painted every room in this house, including the outside.
Right.
I moved into the one room that I had not painted, so I was like, I'm going to paint the room. And I ended up painting, like, bloody unicorns and bunnies with axes and Santa shooting at squirrels on the wall.
Wow.
And my friend said, he's just going to paint over that. And I said, I know. And they're like, why don't you start doing that on canvas? You can take it with you. And I'm like, okay. So I started painting. And I've got all of these paintings that I've done with a bunny, killing the unicorn, because I'm the unicorn and he's the bunny. And with squirrels all over him. And I'm about to have my first art show.
Nice. Wow.
In 6 weeks, I will be the next artist being displayed at Mutiny Radio.
Nice. That's so cool.
I'm excited.
It's awesome. Yeah, I can't paint worth a shit. The only thing I can paint is my toenails, and that's about it.
Well, I didn't know I could do it either. But, pain makes, I don't know, brought out the creativity in me.
Mm-hmm.
Voice suck.
So, do you have any old or new dating stories to share?
I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to give some advice for all the guys out there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
When you're not even, when you haven't even really, you've just not met someone ever in person, and you never actually had a conversation with them, either on the phone or by message or anything, do not send dick pics unsolicited.
Yeah.
Meaning, if we don't ask for them, don't send them. So I'm going to tell you, my Facebook status went to single, I had so many guys sending me pictures of their junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's not really all that cool.
I stopped doing that the moment the Me Too movement happened because I'm so fucking terrified, you know. I mean, I never did it, you know, without consent, but like I just don't want to do it at all no more, you know.
Well, most of them I would, you know, was like, okay, blocked, whatever. But I do have this one youngin', he's like, I don't know, like 24 or something. Mm-hmm. And I haven't blocked him, and I haven't responded to him either. He just keeps sending me these pictures, but he's pretty, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I guess I won't block you because you're pretty. I'm almost twice your age, but okay, you're pretty.
Well,
otherwise, don't send them, you know.
Yeah. I have a story from 10 years ago. I don't know if it's funny or not, but about 10 years ago when I was a bouncer at Swinging Door, you know that sex shop down the street on the El Camino?
I do.
Yeah.
Jay something?
Not Jay Birds, but it's like
Blue Jay or something. Yeah.
La Boutique or something like that. Yeah.
Something. Yeah, I know.
Well, I went in there. I think it was one of my first times I'd been in there, or maybe the second time. I don't know. It was one of the first times. And I went in there to buy a new dildo. And there was this short, cute Latino girl. I was 25. She was 21, working behind the counter. And she helped me find one. And then I told her I wanted to go into one of the booths to watch the previews. And so I paid, and then I went in there, and I rubbed one out. And then I came back later, and I told her that I blew my load all over the screen. And she said, I know, I saw it on the surveillance camera. And I was like, you were watching? And I was like, yes, I was. And then I'm like, you want to go out? And she's like, yes. So,
nice.
Yeah. So the next week, we go to the Cheesecake Factory in Palo Alto, because this is long before the one in San Mateo opened. And we're on a date. There was a lot of awkward silence during it. We really didn't have much in common, but she was a good talker, and she was telling me, you know, her mother owns that sex shop. You know, I don't know if she still does or if she really did, but she told me that her mother was the owner and what have you. And then after dinner, we like spent a good deal of time in her SUV that she was driving, and all I got to do was like stroke her hair and her neck the entire time. She wouldn't let me do anything else. That's
kind of weird.
It was kind of weird and kind of awkward. I remember she took her shoes off and she had stinky feet. Yeah. And like, I don't know, we were supposed to like get together and go bowling or something like the following week or something, but then she had an excuse. And then she told me that she found a new guy. And then about a year later, I actually saw them on the bus, and they're both Latino, and they're both like speaking Spanish to each other and stuff. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I'm glad she found somebody that's right for her, you know?
Right.
But it was a really weird experience, though. Yeah, I mean, she had bad breath and stinky feet. I think maybe she was a crystal meth addict. Who knows?
Great. You sure know how to pick them.
I didn't know that she may or may not be one, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I went to another sex shop. I remember, like, not too long after that, and I tried to do the same thing, and I got rejected by the girl who was working behind the counter to see if lightning would strike twice, but it didn't.
You know, I didn't even know they did that at the sex store.
What was that?
Movies and stuff.
What was that?
I've been in there. I don't think it's the same owner because I work at the Swinging Door now every Wednesday for karaoke.
Yeah.
And I had a guy coming in to sing for a while, and he is the owner. Mm-hmm. And he told me, he was like, oh, he was going to give me all these hats because I asked him for, like, I told him about my podcast. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, I'm going to donate these. I've got these pink cowboy hats with penises all over them that no one wants and I can't get rid of, so I'll donate them to you. And I was like, okay. It's like, I will take bedazzled penis cowboy hats. Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Right?
Yeah. Why do you think it's so hard to find the right one?
I thought I had found the right one.
But do you have there's so many people, especially in my generation, because I'm a little bit younger than you. So many people in my generation have trouble finding the right one, and I have a theory as to why. I think it's because, a lot of our parents were baby boomers, and they were very self-involved, and they didn't, take the time to tell us what love was, and so consequently we were part of the VHS porno generation, and so everything we thought we knew about love, we learned it from watching porno, and that's why I think it's hard for us to find the right one, because we have trouble distinguishing the two. Well, some people find out like a little bit later, like I have in recent years. I just turned 35. I'm a little older now, but I think that's why, like, my generation has trouble finding the right one, because of porno fucked them up.
I would agree with that, but besides the VHS porno, I think also cable.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because I grew up with my mom being working for the cable channel or cable station, and we had free cable from the time it started forever, and we had Skinamax.
Yep.
And we had like all the. It was basically porn without. Well, in Oklahoma, you can't see penetration, so it was porn without penetration.
Oh.
But, and I was a kid, and I was allowed to watch whatever I wanted, Well, I'm sure she wouldn't have let me watch stuff like that had she known I was watching stuff like that. But
yeah. I was about 10 the first time I saw porno, and I was about 12 the first time I got to finger bang a chick, and I knew what I was doing because I had been watching since I was 10.
Right?
Yeah. I know it's pretty creepy in hindsight once you think about it. But hey, I'm a red-blooded all-American boy. I mean, at least I got the job done.
Yeah, that's what we do. Who doesn't do that when they're, younger? I'm going to tell you, in Oklahoma, the girls there, it's a Bible Belt, and people are very churchy, and I'm going to tell you, there are so many girls that I grew up with that would be like, I'm a virgin. Well, you know what? I think they did everything but. And they might have had it in the butt. And they're like, still, I'm a virgin.
Yeah, I'm a very big fan of butt sex. In fact, when I was 26, I took an anal sex workshop. I shit you not.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, this cougar that I was messing around with, she was she lived in a 5-bedroom house, right? And I lived with my mother, and she we had lots of sex in public places, like in secluded areas, like after hours. I met her at karaoke, and I rather say her name to you on Facebook. I wouldn't want to say it now because you probably do know her.
Right. Okay, it's someone I know. Okay.
Yeah. So this one time we went to this park in San Carlos. I think it's called Arquelo Park, and it's kind of a nature kind of a park, right? And I was giving her some butt sex right in the middle of it, and a deer walked past us. Swear to God. And she weighed probably, I don't know, 250 pounds. She's a big girl. And my dick.
Is this someone I know?
Probably I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But like my dick couldn't like accommodate her big ass, right? So I kept falling out of her, you know. So she insisted that I take this anal sex workshop that her friend runs in San Bruno. It's not there anymore, but it was at that time. And so I took it just for the hell of it, right? Even though I knew, because I was curious. I was like, an anal sex workshop? I'd never even heard of such a thing, right? So I go, and there's like 20 people there, men, women, couples, singles, gay, straight, the whole 9 yards. And so this woman, she was probably in her like early late 50s, something like that, not bad looking at all, and she like demonstrated like butt sex on a guy and then on a girl and stuff, right? And so then we all had to like, you know, like do it like all at the same time, you know, side by side of each other, you know, during this workshop, you know. And I'm the kind
sex next to each other?
well, not next to each other, but like we were like near each other, you know, because we're all in the same room.
Actual sex in a room with other people.
Yes, actual butt sex.
Okay.
Now when I was in school, every time I had to be partnered up with somebody, nobody wanted to be partnered up with me, and this was no exception. So nobody in the room wanted to be partnered up with me. So I had to be partnered up with the teacher, right?
Okay.
And so she wanted me to play with her pussy a little bit, right, to get her warmed up. But she didn't want me to do it with her facing her, so she wanted me to do it while she was, you know, bent over and stuff, right? So I did that, and she enjoyed it a great deal. And then I stuck it in her and gave it to her really good, and oh my God, she was just fucking whimpering like a puppy, I'll tell you. I mean, she enjoyed it. And
that kind of sounds like he paid for just like to have an orgy.
Pretty much. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was a lot of fun. And, you know, I went back to that cougar, and we had like one more date, and then she pretty much was done with me after that. I mean, not much has changed. I mean, it wasn't my fault that, you know, my dick was smaller than her ass, you know? And I've seen her since then. I've seen her at karaoke, but we don't talk at all and stuff. But I'll tell you later who she is.
Okay. I'm not sure I want to know.
Well, if you don't know her, then you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, we lost Crystal, and that was sad.
Yes, it was. Crystal and she was a very good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Her and I did have a falling out about a year and a half ago, close to 2 years. And we had not gotten our friendship back together yet. So we did not have that forgive and forget thing. So I'm very regretful of that. Because now that she's gone, I will never be able to do that. I did go to her funeral, and I saw her daughter. And, you know, I didn't cry at all until I saw her daughter. Mm-hmm. And her daughter's almost 5, and it was just very sad. She died on her birthday.
Yeah.
And she was completely sober, had no drugs or alcohol in her system, and she drove the wrong way on the highway and hit concrete barrier. Mm-hmm. It's totally sober.
Oh, God. So she...
It's like... Go ahead.
So she didn't drive drunk?
No, she was not drunk. She was totally sober.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? Everyone says, oh, you should have taken her keys away. And I'm like, she was sober. Why would they take her keys?
God. Yeah, I wrote happy birthday on her wall around 4 a.m. that morning on her birthday. And I said, you know, let's get together next time I'm in town. And she said, I don't go out anymore. And I said, well, let's change that because you're young, you're beautiful, you're in your prime. Life is too short. You got to enjoy it. And she didn't reply that back. And it wasn't until a week later that I found out what happened. And I was pretty devastated, I mean, I didn't know her that well. I knew her from going to your shows. And she was always pretty cool. She was always nice to me, always smiling at me every time I walked in and stuff,
Yeah. So I've only been to LA twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal. And she was with me both times. She was my driver. Nice. She drove me to LA and back twice. So we go to game shows.
Wow.
We had so much fun.
Wow. And how long did you know her?
I met her in about a year after I moved here.
So she was like one of your earliest friends then?
I used to work with her bartending at Giorgio's.
Oh, she bartended at Giorgio's?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't.
Where I met.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Shit, had I known, I would have talked to Rebecca about that too. Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
They might know each other.
Yeah, we probably did. Also, my friend Christina bartended there too. Baldhead Christina.
That's how I got hired there. It was through Christina. She used to bartend at a bar called Cheers in Pacifica.
Yep.
And when I first moved here, I lived in Pacifica, and she was my bartender, and she overheard me say that I'd been a bartender in Oklahoma. And she said, I have a job for you at this bar. And I was like, oh, I'm not a good bartender. And I said, when I'm a bartender in Oklahoma, I worked at a beer bar. I didn't have to make drinks. I just had to serve beer, like pour beer, give you a bottle of beer. That's all we did. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, it's easy. And I'm like, okay. So I became a bartender.
Yeah, I first met Christina 10 years ago at Newell's when Jose was doing karaoke there. And we became fast friends. We've hung out a bunch of times. She's been to at least one of my birthday parties over the years. And I actually got to hang out with her a month before my car accident. That was the last time I saw her, but we've talked on Facebook since then. And she's so busy, we haven't been able to hook up anywhere,
Right.
But I love Christina. She's awesome.
She is. I haven't seen her probably a year or two. Probably a year.
Mm-hmm.
But she's super nice. I always liked her.
Yeah.
And I worked for a long time at Giorgio's too.
Yeah.
And she's an awesome singer.
Mm-hmm. Very good singer, I might add.
Yes.
She's got a velvet voice.
Yes. And I love the tattoos on her head.
Oh yeah. I look at it and go though, oh my God, that must have fucking hurt.
Right?
Yeah. I could never imagine getting tattoos on my head, let alone anywhere. I don't have any tattoos, although before my accident I was going to get one, but then after my accident they told me the ink wouldn't sit well with my system now, with all my liver damage from all the drinking I did and stuff, which sucks. But they said, my liver might be fully healed by the time I'm 40, so there's still a good chance though, but I highly doubt I'll do it.
I have lots of tattoos.
You do have lots of tattoos, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of the Empire emblem from Star Wars.
Right.
It's on the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
I also have my children's names in Kryptonian, Superman's language, so that, it's a tribute to my children and Superman at the same time.
Right.
And I've got one that has these three awesome butterflies that they, instead of having the butterfly bodies, there's skulls and pink bows on their heads and cobwebs in the wings. Mm-hmm. And I love butterflies. And I've just got lots of, my newest one is on my left upper thigh, mm-hmm. or on my thigh. That's from basically my knee to my hip. And it's the first few chords to Amanda by Boston.
Oh my fucking God, that is awesome.
So it's like the musical notes from the song.
I love that. Oh my God, I got to see that. That's awesome. Don't you have like a star on your big toe?
No, I do have a kanji on the top of my foot that means butterfly, but none on my toes.
Oh, I could have sworn you did. Somebody I know has like a star on their big toe or something.
I had a friend that had a camel tattooed on her big toe.
Wow.
So it would be a camel toe?
Yeah. Yeah, that's clever. That's a clever pun.
Well, her husband was a tattoo artist, so, I mean, basically she'd just be like, honey, give me this. And, I mean, she was covered, you know.
Mm-hmm. What color are your toenails painted now?
That's purple.
Mine are purple too.
They match my fingers.
I don't do my fingers, because I chew them too much.
These are fake nails on my fingers. They're acrylic, so you can't really chew them.
Oh God, I did fake nails on my toes years ago, and they fucked up my toenails pretty bad.
Well, why would you put fake nails on your toes?
I was working at Kmart at the time, and I had an employee discount, and they were on sale. I thought they would be pretty cool to try them because I'd never done them before, and yeah, they fucked up my toenails pretty bad.
Okay.
Well, you know I like feet, so it's not for that reason.
I know you like feet.
Yeah, it's not for that reason, but you know I like feet too, so yeah. Do you have any jokes?
I only have that. I'm horrible at telling jokes, but I do have. I mean, the ones I have are just bad. Not like they're bad, like morally bad.
Oh, that's what I have. That's perfect.
Okay. Here's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
What's better than being Christopher Reeves?
What?
Being Christopher Walken.
That's perfect. I love it.
One more. I got one more.
Okay.
What's better than this one's horrible? What's better than winning a gold medal at the Special Olympics?
What?
Not being retarded.
Oh, I love it.
Well, you were morally wrong.
Oh, check these out. Oh my God. Why do cherry trees have a stinky smell?
Why?
George Washington cut one. Why don't Jewish girls like to suck dick?
Why?
It's too close to the gas chamber.
That's horrible.
Oh, this one is really bad. This one does not represent my personal beliefs. It's just a joke. Two pedophiles are sitting on a park bench, and a 12-year-old girl walks by, and the first pedophile says, "Wow, will you look at that one?" And the second pedophile says, "Yeah, she must have been something in her day."
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's really bad. Oh my God. So what's your karaoke schedule?
Currently,
Yeah.
I work at the Swinging Door every Wednesday in San Mateo.
Yep.
On Fridays, I work at the Connection on Mission, and on Sundays, I am at the Longboard in Pacifica. And I also fill in for James at the Moons
Yeah.
in San Mateo, like once a month. And I also fill in for DJ Purple once a month at Sleep Bar in the Mission.
Wow, you're starting to become popular.
Starting.
Well, when I first met you,
I mean, who I was.
You had gigs when I first met you, but you were still kind of, struggling a little bit. But now it's like you're popular.
Well, it's hard to break into the karaoke biz here in California, coming from Oklahoma. No one knew who I was.
Yeah.
Basically, I had to go into bars and be like, "Hi, I'm Amanda Rux. I'm a karaoke host. You should hire me." And I would say I will work for free for the first show, so that you will see what kind of equipment I have and what I do. If you like it, hire me. And because also I was new, I did not have a following of people. No one knows who I was. And now I've got people that'll go to my shows, all my shows, like 2 to 3 shows a week. Right. They come out. So, and they're my friends now too. So.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's so great. Yeah, I tried to host karaoke back in 2011. I had a friend. He had all these like karaoke songs on his MP3, and like I bought this shitty equipment from the San Jose flea market, and I spent all this fucking money I shouldn't have even spent into trying to put together my own karaoke show, and I had no luck getting it. So then I attempted to host trivia, and I did at the 840 Wine Bar in Redwood City for a month, and nobody was coming in. And then my equipment shut down because it was fucking cheap equipment, and so the owner says, come back, after Christmas, and we can try again, right? Well, it was 9 months before I was able to get a new sound system, and when I did, he was no longer interested. So I hosted comedy night at Steamy's for a couple months, and then after that, a year went by, and then I hosted trivia again at this wine bar in Redwood City that only lasted about a year, called the Ami Wine Bar, and I only had 1 gig there. They paid me for it, and then I never heard from them again.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, so I never attempted, though, to actually, try to host karaoke after that and stuff. It just seemed like too much work for me, and I just admire people like you who actually do it, because it's not easy.
It's not easy. People don't realize that, I get there an hour before the show starts. I have to set up all the equipment, 12-inch powered speakers on stands, and I have 4 cordless microphones, and I have to hook up TVs, and everything's got a power cord, and then a cord going to the mixer, and then the computer, and it's a lot of setup. It's 30 to 45 minutes of setup, and then it's that much time to tear it down at the end of the night. And then once it's up, it's fun to run karaoke. Basically get to sing and drink with my friends at the bar. But then I still have to deal with drunk people.
Yep.
And they don't realize that I don't get a break from the time I get there till the bar closes.
Wow.
I have to, if I have to go to the bathroom, I'm hoping for someone to sing a long song so that I can have, 4 minutes to run to the bathroom and come back, or, go get a drink and come back. And people are like, where'd you go? And they, listen, people, you expect to have a break at work, and then I also have to deal with, drunk dudes, hitting on me, that want to hang on me.
Yeah.
And I've perfected the move of, the spin out from the arm, still trying to be nice. So I still need them to come to karaoke. I don't want to piss them off, but I also don't want them hanging on me. Shouldn't do that. And then, it's a lot. It is a lot of work. And some people are karaoke divas. I don't know. They're always like, I need more echo. I need more of this. I need more of that. And I'm like, come on, people. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to make you sound, I'm doing what I can.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep up with all the music, too. I have 150,000 songs, but new songs are coming out every week. And I have to pay for those. They're like $3 a song.
Yeah.
And so, when you ask for a song, I will do my best to try and go and download it and, buy it, download it, and get it for you, but I can't do it that night. And I'm a karaoke host. I'm kind of poor. I don't always have the money to do it. And people don't really tip that well. So,
nope.
You know, like maybe, like if you want a song, you should tip me like $5 so I can go buy that song for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, fucking all the KJs out in like Sunnyvale and stuff, they like write on their karaoke slips, you know, at least a $1 tip is appreciated, you know.
Right. So people, I don't use slips of paper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because you don't do the slip paper. You just.
I like talking to people.
Yeah, you like talking to people.
Yeah. I don't want the slips. I mean, I want people that come up and tell me their name and figure out the song, and because that's fun to me. I enjoy getting to know people, and I don't get to do that with the slip of paper.
I know, that's what I love about you, Amanda. That's why you and I became fast friends, because we're both people who like to get to know people, and we're both friendly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you know. How fate lended the hand, you know, two people who are friendly and love to talk to people came together that way.
Right.
Right. So you're doing Sundays at Longboard. You're doing Thursdays at Swinging Door, right? You said?
No, Wednesdays at Swinging Door.
Wednesdays at Swinging Door, and then Thursdays at Slate Bar, right?
Thursdays at Slate Bar once a month. I fill in for DJ Purple.
Okay.
So it's not always the same Thursday either. It's whenever he needs a night off.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I was actually visiting him at Tupelo the night of my car accident.
I've seen him there. I've gone to Tupelo before.
Yeah, I don't think I ever want to go again, because it's just too much of a bad memory for me.
Right.
Yeah. And your podcast is Thursdays, you said?
Thursdays from 3 to 6 on Mutiny Radio, called Afternoon Delight.
Afternoon Delight. Well,
yes, in fact, you should call in Thursday and say hi.
What time?
Sometime between 3 and 6. You know what? I'll get with you after we get off the phone.
Okay. Yeah, let me know the number and everything.
Okay.
The time. And everybody out there listening, check out Amanda. Her karaoke shows are awesome, and she is awesome. And
thank you.
Amanda, thank you so much. Let's do this again soon. And when I'm in town, I'll come see you.
Okay. All right. Thanks for having me on your podcast.
My pleasure. You have a great night.
I will. Bye.
Bye. Well, there you have it. Amanda Garcia-White. Ain't she a sweetheart? She really is a sweetheart. She is just a friendly, cool, open-minded person. I just love her and adore her. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.